Good morning, my faithful lawyer YouTube subscribers. Today is Monday, July 13th. The year is 2020. So, over the past few days, Donald Trump, y'all's favorite president from the Twilight Zone, has been on TV with the vice president and his director of, I guess, the hood, or not hood, but of the schools, the public education system. I forget her name. So I just saw her on my TV channel. But anyway, they were pushing. They want these public schools open. In the middle of this pandemic, the virus is now starting to surge and the hospitals are starting to get overwhelmed. They're pushing for the schools to reopen this fall. Why? Why are they pushing for these schools to be open in light of all what's taking place? Because schools in America are $1 trillion industry and a vital part of the economy. You got buses that need oil, buses that need to be purchased, textbooks, electricity, water, food. Our food system here in the United States, the food providers provide millions of food products to the school systems. And if those school systems are not feeding these children, these farmers are going to go hungry. The farmers, the meat processing companies, the milk, all that stuff going to go unused. And it's going to ripple down and continue to destroy the economy. That's why Donald Trump and his minions are pushing extremely hard to get these schools open, because the economy cannot move forward without the schools being in open, and billions of dollars being spent on stuff, like I said, diesel fuel for the school buses, maintenance on these buses, workers. There's a whole lot of stuff that these school systems there's a whole lot of people that these school systems have to employ. Millions of people nationwide. And with the schools being closed, that has put a serious impact on oil prices, because they didn't need buses don't need to get diesel fuel to fill these buses to drop kids and stuff off. And actually the electricity companies have showed huge losses because the schools are not in use, so the electricity has been turned off in many of these schools and they've just been mothballed. Food processing plants, farmers who raise chickens, pigs, cows, carrots, vegetables, all that stuff was rotting in the fields because they didn't have no place to take it to. There was no need to process it. And they process it and rush it over to a plant who prepares it and sends it off to school. All that has been frozen because the schools are closed. So don't think for one second that Donald Trump gives a damn about these kids getting an education, because they ain't got an education in decades in the public school system any damn way. It is about money and keeping the economy going. It is about money and keeping them schools open and keeping the economy going and keeping these jobs going and keeping money flowing to these various sectors of the economy, where, like I said, the oil producers, the bus companies, the books, the computers. Y'all got to think about a school and think about all the stuff that goes into a school. You got a lot of stuff that going into a school to keep these schools going. And it is probably the school systems nationwide is probably America's largest industry, with millions of teachers, staff, people working in the schools, public schools and college universities. So you have a lot of money going into the educational system, and ain't nobody getting no education. But they want to make sure these schools open. Now, rushing to get these schools open, first off, we already know how this is going to play out. There are going to be some kids that are going to get sick. There are going to be some teachers who are going to get sick, and so there are going to be some teachers who die. There are going to be some students who are going to get sick, and they're going to die. They don't care, though. Donald Trump has made it clear he don't give a fuck. He doesn't care. So he's rushing to get these schools open and get things back going and back to normal. Y'all saw they opened up Disney World down there in Florida. And Florida got a huge problem going on with the coronavirus down there, dancing in the streets, now riding the roller coaster rides. They just threw open Disney World and said, okay, come on in. In fact, in light of the fact that thousands of Disney World employees were like, we don't feel safe opening in this environment. So I don't know what Disney World could have done. Stayed closed, but they opened it up, and people were there wearing masks in 100-degree heat, riding roller coasters. Good luck with that. I can't even wear a mask for a few minutes at this damn grocery store. I can't even wear a mask at the grocery store. But I will say this though, it's starting to get scary that so many people so many people who just refuse to believe that this virus is real. They don't want to believe it. Nobody wants to believe that this virus is real. Everybody wants to. I've talked to people, and until I was blue in the face, and I said I'm going to stop talking to people about this because so many people they believe it's some huge conspiracy. I went to the grocery store, ran out of coffee, and I had to get some coffee this morning. So I went to the grocery store, and there was a guy up there communicating with the workers. Everybody has to wear a mask here everywhere you go here in Atlanta now. I lost my mask coming out the grocery store, and the hell I did that damn thing. But anyway, I lost my mask. I paid a lot of money for that damn thing too. But anyway, I must have dropped them on the ground when I was putting my groceries in the car. But anyway, he was telling them that this is fake, it's not real, and blah, 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 blah. I just looked at him. He was a white guy. He didn't want to wear a mask. And they were telling me he had to wear a mask. And they were handing him a mask to wear. And he didn't want to wear it. I looked at that crazy white man. I looked at people talking to him. I just shook my head and kept on going. What is I don't know what to tell people. But I know I've talked to enough people to know that some people just don't believe in this. They're not going to believe it until they get the coronavirus. Coronavirus is the coronavirus. Coronavirus is the coronavirus. Hey, coronavirus is the coronavirus. Until they get the coronavirus and they laid up in bed singing the coronavirus. I got the coronavirus. Then they're going then. And only then, because this is what I'm trying to figure out. Because every time I talk to somebody, I don't know anybody got it, and I've been everywhere, and I've doing this, and I'm not social distancing, and I'm not wearing a mask, and I haven't got it yet. So I'm thinking, do you really want to get it? I don't have to get it. I hope I don't come across it again. I hope I don't have to ever see nobody else having it that I personally know having the coronavirus. And I hope I don't have to anymore. I think Earl was enough for me and a few other people that I know now. I don't have to witness this one again to believe it's real. Now, those of you who are daredevils and risk takers, have at it. But I don't think I need to risk me laying up in bed on a respirator in the hospital trying to figure out if I'm going to survive the dance with the coronavirus. I'll pass on that one. So, but they don't want to wear these masks. They don't want to social distance. They think it's fake, y'all. And I've heard this from so many people. So many people. That it's frustrating. I used to argue with them. I don't say nothing else now. I just say, oh, okay. I don't say nothing. Because what's the point? I just saw with Chuck Woolery, the guy from the TV show Wheel of Fortune, just announced a statement that this COVID-19 is a hoax and they're trying to hurt Donald Trump's re-election and the Democrats are doing this and blah, blah, blah. I'm just thinking, ain't he in the high-risk group? And that might be a treat he might want to eat. He might end up eating that damn treat later on when the coronavirus show up at his doorsteps out there in Beverly Hills, California. Rich folks do get coronavirus too. He must not understand that. So the ignorance is astounding. But like I said, I remember in the late 80s, early 90s, I've said this before, when the HIV was running around, he killing people in Atlanta, and AIDS. And back then, they used to say, full-blown AIDS. I know that's not politically correct to use that term today. Back then, they'd call it full-blown AIDS. Niggas were dropping left and right. But them niggas were still, it ain't real. It's the medicines they taking. There's something else going on. This is not real. This is not, and I'm thinking, all because they didn't want to wear a condom. Or reduce their sexual partners. And all those people who were running around saying this is fake and it ain't real and blah, 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 and this and that, they all dead today. All of them. Every last one of them. And I'm just sitting here like, okay. Because I remember back then arguing with them and I was thinking, okay. And that's when I started to distance myself from a lot of gay people at that point because I realized these guys were reckless and going down a very dangerous path. And I was in my early 20s when I realized this. I said, okay, these guys are crazy. You know, I started having friends die when I was 19 years of age, 19, 20, 21, 22. By the time I was 24, 25 years of age, everybody I knew was dead. And by the time I turned 35 years later, everybody had met since I met in between the time I was turned 25 and turned 30. Everybody I met after that died. So I'm like, okay, so I turned 30 in 2000? That's 20 years ago. Ooh. So, you can't tell folks nothing. Oh, fuck them, man. Let them die. That's how I feel about it by now. Let these motherfuckers dance with the coronavirus and whatever happens, happen. I don't give a shit no more. I don't have any children to send to these public schools. Unfortunately, Earl has to work at the public school system. I don't know how that's going to work out for his ass. But I will say this. I don't have any kids because if I did have kids, they would have been going to no school with this shit going on. I wouldn't be that big of a fool. But I have talked to some parents, friends of mine who have children, and they don't believe in the coronavirus, and they said they send their kids to school. I said, okay. So there will be kids in school because some people, like I said, don't believe. And today, children get sick with the coronavirus because we must remember that the coronavirus has eaten quite a few kids lately. So I'm just kind of looking at this whole scenario, and America's going off a cliff. It's going off a cliff. And I don't see how we're going to correct this. Even after Donald Trump is booted from office, we got so much work to do. I actually feel sorry for President Biden going into this because he's going to have to work his ass off to correct all this shit. It's going to be a disaster. There's a cupcake place here in Atlanta, and a lot of you all may know of, called Cammy Cakes. Cammy Cakes Cupcakes was located on Peachtree Street in Buckhead. It was probably one of the first boutique cupcake places in the city, opened maybe a decade ago. Yeah, it opened in 2008, 2008, 9, 2007, 2008. Cammy Cupcake was delicious. $2 and $3 cupcakes. $2, yeah, about $2.50 or $2 and something a cupcake. Well, Cammy Cakes on Peachtree Street is now closed. They went out of business in the pandemic, in the coronavirus pandemic. The coronavirus and ate Cammy Cakes. They are no longer in business. The location is closed. They left the place. They owed back rent of thousands of dollars. Not only did they just leave the place, they left all the equipment, everything. They said, fuck it, we out of here. I guess they realized. So that goes to show you a business that was thriving. Because they had opened up multiple locations. Now, I don't know about if the other locations are still open or not. Probably not. But if they close that thing up there on Peachtree Street. Which I can imagine you can't sell cupcakes in an environment like this. And I know $2 cupcakes when a box of Dunkin' Hines costs what, $1.99? Maybe add some milk and egg and bake your own cupcakes in the oven. And I don't know. I ain't baked cupcakes in years, but I can imagine they're very simple, easy to do. I don't have a muffin tray, but I bet you can buy that too at Walmart. And you can buy all the ingredients you need to make some cupcakes at home and make 100 of them for a lot less than $2.50 a cupcake. So in this environment, and I love Cammy Cakes because they were voted the #1 cupcakes for years. There was another place called Metrotainment Bakery. They also shut down. Now, Metrotainment Bakery has some of those best cakes, delicious cakes. Every time I would have a party or event, I always go by Metrotainment, pick up a couple of bakery cakes and stuff like that, where they're closed. I said, oh, they went out of business. And that was a big bakery that sold a lot of birthday cakes, wedding cake, you name it, they had it. They no longer in business. I guess people ain't having weddings in the pandemic. I don't know. Because I'm just kind of shocking to me, because these were well-known businesses that have been in business for years, well-established businesses, and they ain't making it. Now also, we have a place around the corner I used to go to for breakfast called Harvest Highland Bakery. Well, Highland Bakery is located on Highland. The original one was located on Highland Avenue in downtown Atlanta. That one, I believe, is still open, but they had opened up the first franchise was located in downtown Decatur, and we used to go over to the downtown Decatur and get these sweet potato pancakes. If you ever been to Highland Bakery, they eat sweet potato pancakes, and they put this brown sugar on it. You can get the bananas on and stuff, and the nuts. It was delicious. Well, Highland Bakery closed its doors in March, and they're not reopening. Now, this is a place that you go stand in line and wait all day and stand around, and a big crowd of people. I guess the crowds vanished in the coronavirus pandemic. Basically, what I'm trying to say is there are a lot of businesses that are about to go under, are going under. So in downtown, they closed the Harvest Bakery, Highland Bakery, the breakfast place, Ted Turner's restaurant get closed. There's about 5 or 6 places that have shut down in the downtown Decatur area. So nice established restaurants that you think would have been able to weather this, but they can't weather this because it's just impossible. It's just as bad. So they've had a lot of restaurants that have closed in Atlanta and surrounding areas because of the coronavirus. They have shut down permanently, and they have a list of them in this. So you got a lot of restaurants. There's a list here. The Atlanta restaurant, if y'all can see that, Atlanta restaurants on the Eater website have closed. Well, and they were all nice restaurants too. What did I do here? I looked at this shit wrong. They all closed. A lot of places have closed. I don't even know what to even say. Yeah, a lot of places have closed. I mean, looking at the list of it, it's quite a bit. Well. I think Atlanta had an abundance of restaurants for years, any damn way. I mean, literally, how many restaurants? If you lived in Atlanta like I have for 30 years, they got restaurants they done threw all over the damn place. How many people? I mean, literally, they have restaurants, cupcake places, bakeries. They got thousands of these places all over the place. And just a lot of, I figured one day it would be a shakeup, and a lot of restaurants were not going to make it. So a little surprised at some of the ones that I thought would make it, but a lot of places are just not going to make it to this. And I don't care how much money, how many loans they take out. I don't care how much PPP. I don't care how much money they take out, because people, if the crowds don't show up to buy your food and drinks, you're in trouble. On top of the fact you got so many people unemployed and not working, y'all, this economy is doomed for a long time, and I don't think people are not understanding this for some odd reason. But this economy is going to be doomed for quite some time to come. So, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It makes you wonder. I don't even know what to even say about all this. But I tell you this much though, we just getting started. Everything that's happening now is just the beginning. We're just at the start of this. The coronavirus is going to tear this country apart. Now, God forbid Donald Trump get reelected. I kind of doubt that's going to happen, but who knows? It could happen. And we're going to be really doomed. I mean, If Donald Trump gets reelected, I just don't see how that man is so ignorant. It's just sad. Donald Trump and his supporters, I don't even know what to even say. And they still support him. They still support him 100%. They still support Donald Trump. They still got people supporting him in the midst of all this craziness. In the midst of all this shit that's going on, these people are still supporting him. The video, sorry about that, the video froze near the end. Today is, I was about to end it anyway. Today is Monday, July 13th. The year is 2020, and I'm out of here. Enjoy the rest of your day.